Hello everyone, welcome to this video on the important articles from the Hindu, November 4th, 2021. Let's start with the first news item. Excise duty on the petrol cut by 5 rupees, diesel by 10 rupees. Important article, you can go through this and read about the excise duty of central government, value-added tax of the state government, and also observe this box. How much is the excise duty levied by the central government, VAT by the central government in Delhi? So without these excise duty and VAT, we will be getting the petrol at around 52 rupees. Going to the next news item, Covaxin gets WHO's emergency use nod. Important article, you can go through this. What is emergency use listing, etc. You can learn from this. Next news item, that is NCPCR issues notice to NCERT on transgender inclusion manual. Find out about NCPCR. There is in paper 2 we have statutory and regulatory bodies. From that context, NCPCR, National Commission for Protection of Child Rights, is important. So you can just read this thing. That's all from this page. In this editorial page, this article, Batting for One South Asia makes more sense. This is important. This author is trying to say that in relation to climate justice, climate fight, we need to take a regional approach rather than an individualistic approach that will ensure better results. So apart from that, there are some important items or concepts mentioned in this article. They are International Solar Alliance, ISA, Coalition for Disaster Resilient Infrastructure, Infrastructure for Resilient Island States. What are NDCs? What are Panchamrit and Global Climate Risk Index? Know about these, study about them. Then you have SARC, BB, and BIMSTEC, etc., which are important from mains perspective. So from that perspective, these perspectives, this article is important. Read it. Then you have this India's 5G leap is about powering tomorrow. Need not go through the complete article, just go through the first article and this underlined part in the middle. It gives us, explains the uses of 5G and also the last paragraph. So, but the concept of 5G, its uses, applications are important from mains and prelims perspective. Read from Wikipedia or some other page. So next news item or the article, the recovery toolkit. Important, go through it. So this is saying that yeah, we are seeing a recovery in the economy, but how to ensure that this is sustainable? What are the challenges for the economic recovery and how to ensure that sustainability of the economic recovery? So some of the suggestions are given in this article. You can go through this, and these are the true or false statements about GST revenues. Go through them and know whether they are true or false. That's all from this page. In this page, this article on dealing with false criminal cases is important. There are some important things mentioned like section 498A of IPC and also SCST Prevention of Atrocities Act, and how they are being misused by certain people and how to end such misuse of these articles. So important from mains perspective. Please go through it once. The next news article, the court order for the ages. This is about the Pegasus issue and the recent Supreme Court judgment ordering an inquiry into Pegasus spyware. If you're reading this issue from a couple of days, need not go through this news item. Not very important. That's all from this page. In this page, there are some important news items. First one is Palestinian PM calls for India's support. So this is important from international relations paper 2 perspective. And also this article explains how our foreign policy in regard to Palestine is changing in recent times. Go through it once, it's important. There are some important points from prelims perspective also. What is Gaza Strip, etc. You can know about them, read about them. Then there is this news item. Pakistan closes airspace to Srinagar Sharjah flight. So on the face of it, you may think it is not very important, but UPSC previously has asked a question on airspace. Reading this, in 2014 it asked this question. International civil aviation laws provide all countries complete and exclusive sovereignty over the airspace above their territory. What do you understand by airspace? What are the implications of these laws on the space above this airspace? Discuss the challenges this poses and suggest ways to contain the threat. Yeah, you can write the answer for this question and send it to me on my Telegram. And the next news item is a day before Deepavali, air quality in Delhi drops to seasonal low. Go through this article once. You will learn about stubble burning, air quality, early warning system of Ministry of Earth Sciences, etc. Go through it once. Then this news item: DRDO, Indian Air Force jointly tests anti-airfield weapon. What is this anti-airfield weapon? Read about it once. Then there is this article. Despite bail, it's a long road out of jail for many. Uh, Not very important, but you can just go through it once. It is about the violation of constitutional liberties, etc. At least go through these underlined parts. That's all from this page. In this page, this news item that is at COP26, Tamil Nadu teenager tells leaders that youth are angry. Not very important, but the points from this news item can be used in essay and environment questions. So go through it once. The other important thing from this page is like quake linked to mass fish kill in Arunachal. Go through this article. There are other things like what is Kameng River, and also locate other rivers like Siang, Subansiri, etc. The rivers of Arunachal Pradesh and their tributaries are important from prelims perspective. Go through them once. That's all from this page. In this page, this news item, US puts Israel maker of Pegasus spyware on blacklist. So this Pegasus spyware was made by this NSO group, and this group was now blacklisted by US. So in this context, read important. You can go through this article once. But important thing here is what is this zero click? So find out about this zero click attacks. So these zero click attacks are like they'll send some link even without opening them. These spyware will take control of our devices. So this is zero click attacks. Read about them. This side article: shock in China as tennis stars accuses top leader of sexual abuse. It's not important from GS perspective, but to understand the quote, power corrupts. Absolute power corrupts absolutely. So if a question in ethics or an essay is related to this power and corruption, etc., there you can quote such examples. That's all from this page. In this page, this first news item, October services output grows at a decade high, PMI shows. So go through this article. You can use these points and mains, and also you can go and understand and read Purchasing Managers Index. I've added this part here. You can screenshot this and you can read this. What is Purchasing Managers Index? From prelims and mains, mostly from prelims perspective, this is important, not from mains perspective. So go through this once. And the other articles, other news items here are like keen to begin process to end tax dispute. This is also important from bilateral investment treaties, etc., and also retrospective taxation, etc. To understand those issues, this is important. You can go through this. Then see this production linked incentive scheme, important. Go and understand. You can use these points for mains and prelims. Prelims also it's useful. Poor IBC recovery calls for process rejig. CRISIL. Important from mains perspective. They can ask you about IBC process, why it is not effective, etc. So in that context, you can write these points. Next, there is a Canada funds to pick up 50% in NHAI, National Highway Authority of India, INVITs, Infrastructure Investment Trust. So understand the concepts of INVITs. They are similar to mutual funds. So go and read about them, INVITs. MSME's next news item. MSME margins badly hit by commodity prices. So, what is commodity price or what are commodities from economic perspective? Understand them. Then MSMEs as such is important topic for me. So understand what are MSMEs, what are the challenges that they are facing, what are the solutions that we can think about these problems. So from that perspective, mains perspective, go through them. That's all from this page.